What up, y'all, and welcome to another Elev8. And tonight we got special guest Joe Copeland. Oh man, you gotta check him out. This stuff is super cool what he's doing. It's just super. I'm super excited to get to meet him here in a little bit. Real quickly, I want to throw out, we're looking for some help. Elev8 Dolls. It's our brand ambassador program as well as our beauty line program for bath bombs, smell good stuff, and really cool to help build Elev8. And we also got a really cool thing called Elev8 Veterans. It's our 501c3 where we get to help reacclimate and rehabilitate veterans into society with glass blowing and consumption units. Anyways, let's get into the super cool Elev8 tonight with Joe Copeland. Welcome to Elev8, and we got Joe Copeland here today. Thanks a lot for joining us, man.
Thank you for having me. Absolutely.
So first question I like to get at is, how did you get started blowing glass, man? How did you get into this crazy adventure?
Oh man, Boone, North Carolina, back in like 2011. So I was going to community college, trying to get an app, and I was doing like trying to get my fine art degree and transferring the app. And they introduced every medium they could to me and everything. And I was living with my brother at the time, who's about 5 years older than me, and he was in the heady scene and everything, and he knew of a glass blower, and I was like, yeah, I want to try to blow glass. And the guy actually offered classes, and so we talked, and I got a class with him. He had like a weekend class, a 2-day class, wasn't too much, got me on the torch, and I was hooked ever since. And a year later I got my torch, and he was in a smaller unit at the time when I took the class, but within a year he moved over to a larger unit, which was able to facilitate renters and shit.
Yeah.
Excuse me. But yeah, and I was able to move in with him in like March of 2012, and that's when I first set up my torch. And I kind of didn't really look back.
That's really neat, blowing in a group of people, because it feels like, you know, like if you're struggling, somebody can help you, and likewise, you can help somebody else.
I was working with like the guy who taught me how to blow glass, Peter Cannell, and of High Country Glass. And Ray Varling of Soulshine Glass. They're both head shop owners and both very experienced glass blowers. One's a lathe worker, one was an old school form worker and everything. And I really got just observed a lot and learned a lot from them.
Yeah, that's really cool, man. So that was back in 2011. You kind of got into it in 2012 is when
I got my hands wet back in 2011, and I got my torch a year later and just jumped into it. Yep.
And no looking back since then, eh?
No, I had a job. I was working in kitchens and whatnot for the first couple years, but I eventually lost my kitchen job, and I was like, no, I'm not doing this anymore. So I was like, we got to really take this seriously and buckle down and not going back and punch a clock.
Well, I'm happy you made that choice, and I'm sure all your fans are as well, man.
Man, thank you. Yeah, no, I'm super pleased with my decision as well.
Hell yeah. So what items did you start out when you were blowing? Were they just pipes, pendants? I don't think dab stuff was around.
Nah, this was definitely the very beginning on the East Coast for any kind of dab stuff. I was that's definitely like with anybody else. I started with the mushroom implosion and then the dot implosion, but I really kind of moved into reticello and filicello and that kind of stuff. So I like drawing lines on tubing and how it ended up in the end, pulling it down and blowing it out, and how it crossed patterns and curved and everything. It really caught my interest. So I did a lot of that.
And you're still doing that today?
Absolutely, yeah. Shout out to Bo Howe Glass. He's the one that showed me how to lay lines down, man. He's my favorite disc flipper to this day.
Hell yeah, that's neat to get to learn from one of your mentors. So
I was I knew him before he started blowing glass. So luckily we all lived in the same town, like Rickard Glass as well over in Nashville. We all lived in the same town, and we all kind of knew each other. And I saw them start to really get into it, and I was like, man, this is really cool. And I kind of just followed suit, and they were definitely some people I looked up to at that time.
Hell yeah, that's neat, man. That's really neat.
Yeah.
You got any really cool stories from back then? Something crazy?
Really. Nah, and then just kind of really more nose to the grindstone kind of thing, man. Didn't really nothing too out of the ordinary. Kind of just really wanted to get it down and learn the medium, and want to make some money doing it and pay my bills, and kind of just get to the next level of what I was doing. And upgrade and upgrade and upgrade.
Yeah. So when you were first in there and probably today, are you doing, 6 hours a day, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, 7 days a week, 10 hours a
Right
day?
now, right now I'm doing more like the more scheduled. Like I try to be in here as early as I can. The whole like 9, try to get the kiln on by 9 and get working in that time. And be home for dinner time. Be home with my fiance by dinner time. So yeah, she's at home. I can't stay out too late. Keep her waiting.
Yeah, it's very important. Those other halves, they really make your life more better.
She is very very important to me. That's for sure.
Hell yeah, that's cool, man. Um, do you have any specific items that you cherish throughout the past that maybe you still have, whether you made it or you got it through a trade or something?
Um, yeah, I guess some of the stuff I've gifted my fiance over the past few years, like some pendants and some glasses, some stuff like that. I really kind of cherish. I'm happy she has it and that kind of stuff. So other than that, I have a couple gifts I've gotten from friends, like some pendants and stuff I really do cherish, and I still have in my collection. So
Oh yeah.
that's really it. Really about it.
Yeah, I know a lot of glass blowers, mostly including myself. If it's nice, you're getting it out of there, you're selling it, and
Yeah. It's like I try to get eyes on it. That's really what it comes down to. And like the more personal stuff, of course, it goes straight. Like, hey, I made you this. Give it to my girl or something.
yeah, that's neat, man. So you mentioned a couple people that you started blowing glass with. Did you have a super mentor that you really looked up to at the beginning, or still today?
Yeah, I mean, Peter Cannell, Pete Rock Glass on Instagram. He's the guy who taught me everything, and I still really look up to him. He's not he's older than me. I wouldn't say considerably. He's got a baby face, so he doesn't look that much older than me. But he's definitely somebody I look up to. Like he's done the glass game right, and I really like the way he's done his journey and everything. I admire him.
Hell yeah, that's cool, man. We'll have to everybody check him out, and we'll take a look at him too, because yeah.
Yeah, man, he's good people, man.
Uh, what classes, if any, have you taken throughout your career, and do you think they helped grow you, or were they just fun?
I actually haven't taken a single class. I've not. I luckily early on, I was working with people that kind of knew what they were doing, so I learned some techniques and kind of ran with them. But back in 2015, I moved to Denver from Boone, North Carolina. I've started working out here. I just moved out here to try to just kind of upgrade my career and do that next step. And in that meantime, Dream Lab, Joe Peters Dream Lab put out an application, and I applied, and they scooped me up. And in that meantime, I was working up there, and I was watching a lot of big name people make a lot of really cool stuff. So I was peeking a lot of shoulders, and cause that's really cool. Not asking too many questions, but definitely fucking watching and learning for sure.
But that's really neat. So you didn't take a class, but you got the full immersion with some really skilled guys.
Yeah, very super lucky on that one. Yeah, I've unfortunately not been able to drop the money on a class. I hope to in the future for sure. But I got really lucky with that one, and saw some really cool stuff from some really big names.
Hell yeah. So are you still up in Denver now then?
I am. I'm still currently in Denver.
Sweet, man. We'll have to connect sometime, because I'm just down here in the spring. So
you know what? Absolutely. I'm currently actually working on an order for you guys, Elev8 Gallery.
Fresh,
And,
man.
I plan on driving it down there just to save a little money on shipping. So might get a chance to meet this coming week.
Oh man, if you do that, that would be an honor, man. I would love to do that. So yeah, we'll connect after this.
Right on.
Fresh. Where do you get your inspiration for the creativity in your glass?
If in the beginning, man, I did a lot of when I started doing a lot of pipe making back in when I first started, in 2013, 2014, 2015, I was doing a lot of Kleins, refined Kleins and fab eggs and that kind of stuff. Cause I really just liked this, where they came from and what they were and how they function. But since then, in the past 3-4 years, I've really tried to come into my own and really make things that please me, that come from my mind. I'll really look inward and try to think this is what I like, and this is what I want to produce, and this is how I want it to work. And I kind of really feel that's kind of the way that I want to take the creativity of my pipe making, and put it out there. Like this is my pipe. I like it this way. This is how I want it to function. And I don't know. It's just trying to make everything pleasing to me. I'm trying to make my pipes me.
Well, and I think that's the evolution. Talking with a lot of artists, they start out with something, refining their skills, building their tool chest of skills, and then later on they start to emerge. And how long do you think that took you to where you started to emerge?
It's definitely like the move out here to move to Denver, and like the whole caliber of work and everybody that there's like just the amount of glassblowers here and the caliber of work that they put out. It's kind of forced me to like put something out that's more noticeable and not just like mainstream or cookie cutter or anything like that, you know?
Right on. So competition is what helped push you a little bit.
Yeah, friendly competition. We'll put it that way. I don't have any hate or anything in the industry. I love everybody, and I like everything they really puts out, and I just want to put some cool shit out too.
Hell yeah, yeah. Do you have a preferred style or technique that you really like to do if that's all you could do?
I mean, I like the pipe making. Like I do really difficult thing. Like I make it more difficult on myself than I should. Like I do lathe techniques by hand. Like I don't know why I do it, but when I do it and I get it done, I'm like, yes, awesome, and that really makes me happy. So, I have some very interesting techniques that I do hold on to.
Hell yeah. Have you had periods in your career where you shifted your focus and went from, hey, I'm just going to do pipes to all of a sudden you're doing recyclers, made a complete shift unexpectedly? Or
last year, really, the whole Vegas. I went to Vegas with Peter Cannell, and I thought that it was like right when the whole spinner cap pearl thing was getting really big and all that kind of stuff, and I was like, okay, I'll make some spinner caps. I made like 40-50 spinner caps, and they all sold. So I don't think I sold a single pipe. I sold every single spinner cap. And from then, like COVID hit, and like kind of went to a little bit of a bill situation, and the caps really helped me out. Like that's what kind of like I shift from pipe making into cap making. I made like 300, 400 caps last year. So wow. That was a huge transition. Yeah, I learned it just to learn to go into that and then come back into pipe making and really appreciate pipe making.
Yeah, it's been really neat to see, like almost each year or every 2 years, it's a new, like small little, I don't want to say hype thing, but some kind of new product that comes out that just opens the doors for all kinds of people. And it's really neat. And the spinner caps and turp pearls, it's crazy.
Yeah, man. It is interesting.
What is your favorite items to blow now? Like if you only had to choose one, would it be a pipe? Would it be a pendant?
Man, I do love pendant making. That's definitely like it grounds me. It's definitely meditating in a lot of ways. But like pipe making and everything, pipe assembling and rig building, it's definitely where my heart lies. Like I always find a lot of fondness in making pipes and that kind of thing, putting them together and making them look nice.
Yeah, the challenge I think for a recycler, the challenge is it's unprecedented. I haven't, like, anytime you go further, it's like holy mackerel. So I think that's what you might like as well, is just hitting those personal challenges and then reaching them and beating them.
And always getting out of your comfort zone is kind of like where it's at. Like you really don't really learn anything until you push yourself out of those comfort zones.
Absolutely. What's the most difficult piece you've ever attempted?
Well, I haven't really gotten to the point of sitting down to like putting like 2, 3, 4 months into a piece. I really want to. It's definitely in my plans in the future. But so I guess say to this point, we're probably some of the faceted pieces I've done recently, like the clear one that's at Positive Vibes right now. Like just step procedurally, just making the section, faceting it, putting it together, then maybe it breaking, doing it all over again. It's very procedurally time consuming.
Right, because you got to produce that piece hot, then you got to work it cold, yep. and then get it hot again, and there could be all kinds of.
Oh yeah, all variables. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, man, that's I haven't done any faceting stuff. It's just it seems so like challenging.
It's a lot of fun, man. It's definitely a huge learning curve, but once you get it, man, it's super satisfying.
Do you have a faceting machine, or do you do it all by just eyes? Or
I recently purchased a Polymetrics Crystal Tech 87.
Okay. Hell
Yep,
yeah.
it's a really nice machine. I really recommend Polymetrics. They're really customer service driven, and they're very knowledgeable. They answer the phone. You can talk to them right then and there. They're really nice.
Yeah, that's very important. Customer service, it's almost a thing of the past. So,
For real. So everything's computer driven. You got to talk to a computer these days. I don't like
yep.
it.
What is your favorite color to work with?
Man, like all these new gen colors are really nice. Like I'll shout out to North Star Glass and Mo Nor for putting out all these gem quality glass that work very, very nice. It's hard to pin down just one. It's easier to say colors that I don't like.
All right, so that would be the next question. What color do you like, man? That's for the birds.
The unobtainium. Anything is like alien tech. Anything that has unobtainium in it, adventurines. I'll try to leave them alone.
I got a Colorado project piece a long time ago. It's all alien tech, and sure enough, a year later, the fucker's all checked out.
Yep. It's not a fan of it, man. It's like every time I work with them, I'm like fingers crossed, and every time it's like such an upset.
And then why did you do it again, right? Like,
that's definitely like it's always it. It's like biting myself in the ass.
Hell yeah. What do you consider to be the most challenging style or piece to blow? Would it be like the drawing and flip discs, or would it be a recycler type?
I would say incorporating the two, making like putting flips into recyclers, like doing disc flips, sock flips, and then making them into section work, and then putting them into recyclers and making them look even. It's quite challenging.
Yeah, and you could put a couple hours just into 2, 3, 4 hours into a drawing, put it into a recycler, get it, and then pop.
Or when you draw it and flip it and get it all the way inside out, all the lines kind of move on you a little bit.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think about that. No, changing the shape and everything.
Yeah, it's super difficult to just take it from like the disc shape and into the wall shape.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. That's quite challenging.
Yeah, man, it's definitely a mind bender.
Do you collaborate often?
I do, not as much as I want to or can do, I guess. Like just busy. Yeah, it's like as much as I can, I try to.
Oh yeah. Do you have a favorite piece that you got to collaborate with that just, the relationship was great, the piece came out great, and it was just a perfect storm?
There's this most recent piece I did with Kilo Glass that he did it as Positive Vibe Drop was really, really neat. It came out super clean. I'm happy the way it came out. That was a really, really fun piece to do. Also, a couple of years back, I did an Elev8 collab with the Continuum and with his Ready work, and that was a lot of fun working with him. He's a very, very knowledgeable glass blower.
Hell yeah.
He's over there in Boone, North Carolina, and he's a blast to work with.
All right. What's the most amount of time that you've put into the piece? I know you were talking about, someday that 4-month piece, which I think is crazy.
Yeah, I want just projects in mind, like just kind of just keep working on them and keep working on them and keep adding to them, make them what you want to make. But yeah, time like just working, like it's hard to really put numbers on things. I'd have to say more around the 24 hour mark, like the solid day of working.
Wow, that's a long time.
Yep.
And was that just you putting all that into it, or was that like getting a little bit of help, or?
No, yeah, that'll be just me.
Yeah. That's a lot of work.
I haven't done as many collabs as I'd like to. It's like I'm definitely looking to the future to do some with people, but like it's what I've done now is really just my own work.
Yeah, and it's looking beautiful, man. Like,
buddy.
Yeah, I love those recyclers you got.
I appreciate that.
Have you ever competed in any events?
I have not. That'd be something I'd definitely be interested in. That sounds a lot of fun, very challenging. Like, I'd definitely consider something like that.
All right. Do you consume cannabis yourself?
I do. I'm a med patient.
Okay. Do you like flower or concentrate?
For pain, definitely concentrate. I'm very picky on my flower because like dispensary flowers are super hard to get what you want. So I'm definitely more of a dab head, just so I can find my flavors and get straight to the point.
Hell yeah. Um, do you own or use any of your pieces, or do you use somebody else's pieces?
So I got a couple. So I currently use my piece right now. So my first Surratt, my prototype number one, the one that I actually got down. That's my current daily driver.
Hell
It's a
yeah.
lot of fun. But yeah, I got a couple pieces of that. I also got a Dreamlab collab that I use every now and then. So I got some old flower pieces that I bring out for friends every now and then to show off.
Yeah, that has to be some good memories because you got to work in Dream Labs, right?
Oh yeah, I'm actually currently back up there working with the crew again right now.
Oh, fresh.
Yep.
That's
They
awesome.
recently scooped me back up there to help them back out.
Hell yeah. Um, what can we look forward to in the future from your pieces?
Oh, hopefully some more flip pieces in the future. Like I said, I got some techs I want to get out there, like some flip techs and some cool shit that I don't think anybody's really seen before, and I want to kind of let people see it.
Hell yeah. I can't wait to see that stuff, man.
Man,
Do you feel you still have the same love and passion today that you did when you first started? Less, more, same?
I would say more, man. I was like a couple of days ago, dude. I was just making pipes, putting perks in pipe, making drains. Like I was like, man, I love this shit. Like this never gets old. And I think I do have a deeper love for it today than I do. I guess it was more frustrating back in the beginning, you know, but I still really, really loved it. But now it's definitely a more found appreciation and love.
Yeah, and back then you got ideas you want to do, but you don't have the skill set to get there. And today
Exactly.
you got the skill set, and now you got dreams you're just trying to reach. So
Right. Yeah, I was thinking about the other day. It's like, what if I could go right now to go back to like 2012 and be like, yo, check this out. Show it to my younger self and be like, whoa, blow his mind.
and you would, man, no doubt. Like, man, if you could have thought that the colors, the rigs, all this stuff, 10 years ago, it's crazy.
Mind blowing.
Yeah. Do you have any shout outs you want to give out to anyone that's close to you that's helped out and want to promote?
Shout out to my mom and dad for always being the biggest supporters, of course. Shout out to my fiance, Brittany at Big Cheese on Instagram. Love of my life. I love you. Thank you for everything.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to Anna and everybody here at the Rigs for Us crew. They're super supportive of me, and they have been for so long, and I'm super grateful for them and everything they've helped me with in the past and hopefully the future.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to Pete Rock. Shout out to Bo Howe. That's about all I can think right now.
All right. I'm sure you missed a couple of important people, but hell yeah, man. And then where can we get to follow you at again?
My Instagram at Joe Copeland Glass.
And that's mostly what you're going to post on is Instagram and stuff like that.
I got my cap page. My cap page is attached to it. That's where you can find more of my that side of it. But that's where all my art and pipes are going to be posted to, is that page.
All right. Well, I think that's it for me, man. I really appreciate your time down here. You got any other thing you want to throw out or?
Nah, man. I appreciate y'all's time taking sit down with me and have this chat.
Dude, this is a pure pleasure, and man, I've been checking your work out for a long time, and I really appreciate you taking this time out here, Joe. It's awesome, man.
Thank you, absolutely.
Wow, so that was really cool, man. Super cool guy, like, wow. And to see how he got into this, where he's at today, it's phenomenal. Just that was super cool. I can't wait to actually get to meet him. I think when this airs, I'll have met him. So maybe we'll have something here that we someday get to work on together. I want to throw out there, don't forget, we got Elev8 Veterans, our 501c3. Check it out. If you want to support us, you can get a shirt, you can get some glass. All the money goes back to Elev8 Veterans to help reacclimate and rehabilitate veterans into society with glass blowing classes and some consumption units. We also need some help to help build Elev8, and this is with our brand ambassadors program called Elev8 Dolls. It's super cool. You get to promote some of our stuff, you get to earn credits, and more importantly, you're helping us all out here at Elev8. Anyways, I want to say thanks a lot for another wonderful Elev8 at 8. with Joe Copeland, and thanks a lot for watching. Peace out, Elevate, mind, body, spirit.